Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Oh, wait 1 second. Okay, that's better. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katelyn and I post Disney videos and lifestyle kind of content here on my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, then welcome back, and I always appreciate you watching my videos and supporting me. Today I'm going to be doing, it's kind of like a two-part. So I'm going to be showing you myself picking fast passes when we just recently picked fast passes for our trip in October, which I am so excited for. And then I'm also going to talk about some of my tips and tricks and kind of like how I like to do fast passes and just different things and ways that fast passes kind of work for us, and also just things that I know would probably help families and whatnot. So that's basically the video for today. So I'm going to get into the actual picking the fast passes part, and I'm just going to explain how I do it. This is like a couple weeks back, so that's why obviously it's going to look a bit different. But yeah, so we will get into that, and then I will be back to tell you about like my tips and tricks. Hello everyone, editing Katelyn here. So I'm editing this video right now, and I originally had filmed myself picking the fast passes, explaining what I was doing, and then also I screen recorded so I could like show you guys everything that was going on while I was picking fast passes. But somehow I deleted the first half of the footage of me getting ready to pick my fast passes. So I'm basically just going to quickly try and walk you through what I did, and then I'm just going to overview kind of like the screen recording in sped up motion. So bear with me for this little bit of the video. So basically all I do is, when you can pick your fast passes, is 7 a.m. So what I do is I go onto my computer around 6:45, and I will have all my information pulled up. So I will have Disney up for my Disney experience, and then I will have my Disney plans also pulled up so that everything's in order. And then I also have a notebook where I'll have all my fast passes written down on, of what I want, what day I want, all that. So what I do then is I just will wait until 7, and then as soon as 7 comes, I go in and I hit my book fast pass, and then I will go into which date I would like, which park I would like, and then go through the motions of picking my fast passes. So that's basically all I do. So in this video you will kind of see like the process of like picking them. I hope this helps. If it doesn't, I can always make a second part to this video just going through the logistics of how to pick fast passes if you guys would like that. But yes, so now I'm gonna get into like talking about my tips about how to pick fast passes and my advice. So yes, sorry this part of the video didn't actually work out, but I hope this makes sense, at least from the sped up screen recording of me picking my fast passes. Alright, so I just have a couple tips that I'm just kind of going to go over with you guys. Basically just like what works for us, and if anybody is, it's their first time picking fast passes or first time using like the FastPass Plus experience, then this hopefully will kind of help you or give you some ideas of what to do. So my number one tip would be to book your fast passes early. So if you are staying on Disney property, you will know that you can book your fast passes 60 days in advance, and if you are not staying on Disney property, you can book your fast passes 30 days in advance. So whatever you are able to do is what I would recommend for booking. So if you aren't staying on property and 30 is the earliest that you can do it, book it on 30. But if you are staying on property, book it at 60. My next tip, which I kind of mentioned in this video, is that I like to book my fast passes most of the time in order of priority. So instead of doing all on one day and then going to the next day and then going to the next day, more like in a chronological order, I do it in order of priority, or in order of which fast passes are like most coveted, or like ones that are hard to get. Those are ones that I try and prioritize and get first. Even if it's on like the last day, I try and get those ones like as soon as I can. So ones like Flight of Passage, Frozen Ever After, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, now Slinky Dog, and I mean there's no fast passes yet for Galaxy's Edge, but I'm sure at some point Galaxy's Edge will be one that you want to get. So that would be like my biggest tip in that way. So it's like, if you know on your 4th day you're going to be trying to get Slinky Dog fast passes, do that first rather than trying to get like a Small World fast pass for your 1st day, just so that you're locking down those ones. Another one of my tips would just be to be flexible. Because a lot of the times you'll go in and you'll go to try and pick something and you'll have a time that you want kind of, and there won't be any available for that time. So you're just gonna have to be flexible. You're gonna have to be okay, all right, well, we can just change it so that we won't be here at this time, we'll be here this time, and kind of be able to move your plans around in that way. You're still 60 days out, so there's still a lot of things that you can change and move around. I know dining is hard because obviously you're booking your dining 180 days in advance. But if you can like kind of manage maybe switching a day or switching like a half day where you're gonna be or what like area you're gonna be in the parks, it makes a world of a difference being able to like move around and like know where you can move your stuff basically. Another tip would be to try and get your fast passes as early as possible. So the way that we like to do it and the way that works the best for us is that we will get our fast passes an hour after the park has opened. So we like to rope drop whenever we go to the parks. We don't like to sleep in. We like to just get into the parks, get everything done really early in the morning, because we find that we're able to get the most stuff done at that particular time. So what we like to do is we will go into the park right at open. We won't have any fast passes. Let's say that the park opens at 9. We have our first fast pass at 10. We're normally able to ride maybe 2-3 rides even before 10 o'clock even hits, because it's so dead in the parks. So what we do is that we ride those rides that we can early, and then once our fast pass comes along, then we'll touch our fast pass, we will go to the fast pass, and then we'll try and bump them up. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in when I'm actually picking the fast passes of how that system works. So that's kind of how we like to do it. We like to just move through it like that, and then that way, by like if your last fast pass is at like 12 or 1, that way you're able to go in and keep booking more fast passes. So you really do get the most out of this like experience basically. Another one I would say is don't miss your fast passes. So you basically have, now it changes I think depending on cast member, depending on busyness of the park, but for a safe bet you have about 5 minutes before and about 10 minutes after of a buffer time kind of for your fast passes. But try not to miss them. If you think you're going to miss them, try and schedule them for a different time. Say if you're at a dining reservation and your fast pass is in half an hour, go on there and try and see if you can bump it a little bit later, because then that way you're not losing out on a fast pass or just letting it go to waste, or you're allowing it to open up for somebody else who maybe is trying to look for one. So it's kind of one of those things. Like, we once booked fast passes to go to Magic Kingdom, to go on Thunder Mountain, and we were back at our hotel and I wasn't feeling the best, so I'm like, let's just stay here. So then we let go of our fast passes so that somebody else is able to experience them. So it's kind of just one of those things where it's like, you would want, if that was happening the opposite way, if you were trying to find a fast pass and there was nothing available, you would want somebody to give their fast pass up if they know they're not going to be there, so that you could be able to ride the specific ride. This one is a tip obviously that myself and Austin don't use, but somebody who's in a family or is traveling with small kids, make sure that you're looking online at the height requirements for rides. So make sure that you know that if you're going on Soarin', your kid has to be however tall to ride specific rides, so that you're not booking fast passes and then somebody's getting disappointed when you get there. That is like the epitome of things that you see when you're at Disney tapping your fast passes and going in, and there's kids sitting outside waiting and crying because I wanted to go on that ride, you said I could go on that ride, but they didn't realize that they're actually a little bit too short to ride. So that's like a big thing, I think, is to just look and just know what the height requirements are for everything. And my final tip is don't be discouraged if you can't get fast passes on your fast pass day. Check back literally anytime, even up until the day that you are going. Even in our last Disney vlogs, we were in we were in Animal Kingdom the one day, and I was just refreshing and refreshing and refreshing just to see what I could get, and I got a random fast pass for 15 minutes later. So it's just one of those things where just keep refreshing and keep checking, because there's always people who are moving theirs around. so it might open up a spot for you to get a random FastPass. So that is basically my video for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more Disney related content, planning things, and leave some comments down below to let me know what your best FastPass tip advice is, and also what other kind of Disney planning videos you guys would want to see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!